Hello, everybody. We're back here on the Hunter Call of the Wild. If you could not tell, I am quite sick today, so I may sound quite different on this video. But I had to talk about this because they released it today. They released a brand new video kind of detailing the timeline of Call of the Wild from release to where we are now, as well as some news about the brand new map and some other stuff as well. So let's go ahead and watch this little video and go through all the different stuff that it talks about. So this little video right here details everything that has happened to the game since launch. You can see there's a lot of different stuff that they've added over the years, whether it be maps or other things like the small game animals, waterfowl species, or just other things like major features like True Racks or the Trophy Lodge. There has been a lot of things that have been added in the game over the years. And I think people sometimes do not really realize how much they've really added to the game. This game has had an immense amount of support ever since it first became a game that we could all have access to and play. They have continued to update this game every single year, multiple times a year, adding new content for us to enjoy. And honestly, it's pretty impressive when you compare it to something like one of the AAA studios like EA or Activision. You know, like those companies that make AAA titles rarely put this much effort into continuing to develop their games for many years after their release. I mean, you can just look at any Call of Duty game and see that. So it really is a rare thing in video games nowadays to have developers that will update the game for 7 years straight with new content, and a lot of new content at that, which is really impressive. So now that we've gone through everything in that little video, let's talk about the post that they put here on Discord, because there was a little bit of news about updates for Call of the Wild in the future, and a couple of questions were answered as well. So the message starts by talking about the video that we just watched, and then if we go down to the second half of the post, it talks a little bit about future stuff. To all of you that were hoping for some reserve news today, we would like to be fully transparent with you. Yes, there is a reserve coming this year, and it has been in development for some time. While it's always fun to see you sleuth for clues on where we're going next, we're not quite ready to share details about that yet. We have some sharp hunters out there that I'm sure will get the hints when we're ready to share them. There will be other DLC releases before the next reserve, not referring to events with free cosmetics. These smaller DLCs are carefully crafted by different teams than those that work on the reserves. It's super important to our team that all these DLCs meet our quality standards before we share them with you, including our reserves that take more time to polish. So they've basically confirmed right here something that I have tried to tell people for so long, but so many people just don't believe me whenever I talk about it. And that's the fact that different people at development teams work on different things. Some people seem to think that the people that make cosmetics are the same people that make the reserves, when that just is not the case. Which is why I've never understood why some people complain that we get cosmetics when they're clearly not taking time away from working on other things, as they've even said right here. That type of stuff does not detract from the actual DLCs that they release, like weapons and dogs and reserves and stuff like that. The other thing that was confirmed in what we just read is the fact that they are taking extra time to polish the next map to make sure that it's up to the standards of what we expect in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Which to me, that just tells me that they're trying to one-up Australia, and they want to make sure that this map is going to be up to those quality standards that the last one was at. Something else I did want to mention in the top part of the message, I completely glossed over this, and it is actually something that I wanted to talk about. When they were saying thank you to everybody for 7 years of Call of the Wild, they did say today we're toasting to many new and exciting animals, hunting methods, and places to explore together in the years to come. Which this kind of confirms something else that some people were worried about. Some people were worried that because we're getting less reserves, that might mean the game is getting close to its end. But I really don't see that being the case with what they just said here. You know, more animals, hunting methods, places to explore in the years to come. To me, that says that they do plan to continue supporting this game for at least a few more years, which is a really good thing to see. Hopefully this was enough information for you guys to kind of answer a few questions, as well as kind of tide us over until we get some actual content. And there's really not been a ton of information coming out on what we're going to see next in the Hunter Call of the Wild, so as of now, this is the best that we could do. I'm glad that we at least got a couple of questions answered, and we know for a fact there's going to be some other stuff coming before the next map. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit like as well as leaving a comment and subscribing if you're new. And I'm going to get back to resting and trying to get over this cold. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you all. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.